fans, fellow X-Wing fans, this is J Buzzsaw79 here with another build for you. This will be for, it's more of a fun build, I guess. It has some pretty interesting moments. So I guess we'll just get right into it here. First up in the build is this guy right here. We got Tarn mission, whatever. Pilot skill of 3 in the X-Wing there, with 3 attack, 2 defense, 3 hull, 2 shields, with a torpedo and astromech slot. So in here we're putting the R7 astromech, which says once per turn you can use a target lock that you have, basically to choose which dice the opponent rolls. This works out well with his ability because when an enemy ship shoots at you, you can basically use him to get a target lock on them. Also with that, the integrated astromech, so that way you get 1 extra health basically out of this. It's kind of hit or miss. Potentially, if he's at end of game, you get a lot more value out of him because of the fact that basically they shoot, you target lock, you hopefully re-roll. Then I can fire back. So yeah, not a bad idea. Just something to put out there to try. So that's our first ship. Coming next at a pilot skill of 5 is none other than one of my personal favorites for the original T-65s and Hobby. Hobby, still with the X-Wing stats, but at a pilot skill of 5 this time. Says that when you acquire or spend a target lock, you can remove a stress from him, which basically gives him lots of options. And I put the R2D6 astromech in, which gives you a lead pilot talent for him. Then we give him the push to limit, which is the next card here, allowing you to take a stress, so you can go ahead and use either your focus and target locks to get both. Ideally, for him. Then the plasma torpedoes. You basically burn a target lock to take the shot. Slide this out of the way a little bit here. So you get a 4 dice range 2 to 3 shot. If it hits, it removes an extra shield. So without having guidance chips on him, like suppose you get only 2 hits. Well, it strips 3 shields. If you get 3 hits, it removes 4 shields. And if you're talking about, a decimator or help shuttle, something like that, I mean, you basically have almost ripped half of their stuff off with using this. I mean, and even if you don't, you can get like 1 damage through, depending on what you're hitting. I think, let's just say for some reason you get a shot on. Whisper, you put 1 damage in, now it has no shield. So, I mean, it's always a good thing, I think, to have the plasma torpedoes here. Integrated astromech on him, too, because basically it's free. It's a free, basic 1-point shield at that point. The way it works is that basically once you put the ship down and get your load out there, even if you lose R2D6, you have still technically equipped the push limit, so it doesn't really matter with him. Okay. The final ship coming in here is just more of something I really wanted to try, and that's with Ibtisam here. Ibit has B-Wing here, pilot skill 6, with the 3 attack, 1 defense, 3 hull, 5 shields. EPT systems, cannon, and 2 torpedo slots, focus target lock, and barrel roll. When attacking or defending, if you have a stress, you may re-roll 1 dice. So essentially, it's a predator EPT when you have stress. Which, moving through the rest of this, you can easily see here by using opportunist. When attacking, if they do not have a focus or evade, you may pick up a stress to roll an additional dice. Coupled with that over here, you got the E2 modification, which gives you a crew slot. Finally, Luke Skywalker, who's basically gunner, except that you may turn one focus into a hit result. Basically what you're doing here, ideally, is you take that first shot out, try to strip tokens away from the target. Okay, if you can, then you take the second shot. Ideally, you pick up a stress to activate opportunist, which pings his pilot ability, and then you run 4 dice back with Luke's ability then to basically refire, and he allows you to burn one, into a focus, into a hit, and you got the Predator essentially built in then on Ibtisam there. So this is very expensive. I believe this is like 40 points here. 7, 12, 13, right? Yeah, so 12 points. So 40 points just in this one ship. Again, this is very expensive, which is why I wouldn't necessarily play this with a lot of other things. Again, I don't feel very competitive also. But tell me what you think. Do you like this at all? Is there anything you change in it? I mean, this is, again, just these 3 ships, but yeah, so go ahead, thumbs up, thumbs down. Throw some questions out there if you want. Any kind of feedback at all would be pretty dang good. So tell me what you think of this build here with Hobby, Tarn, and Ibit. All right, this is Jay Buzzsaw 79 signing off, and please let me know what you think. And always, if you have time and want and like this stuff, I would be very appreciative of any subscribing that would be done to the channel. Views are nice, but subscriptions would be a little bit nicer to make me feel like I'm gaining some kind of ground, I suppose. So, all right, well, have yourselves a very pleasant day, and thanks for watching. Fly classy.